Today, Joburgtoday helps commemorate World AIDS Day over 30 decades since its inception. So for the next 5 minutes, you will hear about the strides South Africa has made in fighting the disease. You will hear about statistics, challenges, and solutions. We had a chat with retired Judge Justice Edwin Cameron, who has not only been living with the disease for years, but has also dedicated his life to HIV and AIDS activism.
If we think 20 years ago, in the year 2000, World AIDS Day portended the potential death of 30 to 40 million Africans. A tiny fraction of us on this continent, people like me, highly privileged people, had access to antiretroviral therapy. 20 years later, we are 4 million plus people in our country who are on a publicly provided national antiretroviral treatment program, one of our democracy's main achievements. So to some extent, the lessening of intensity of focus on World AIDS Day is right. But at the same time, it's also sad.
Dr. Jean Bassett, who is an executive director at the Witkoppen Clinic in Fourways, agrees that SA has come a long way in awareness and education.
South Africa's made some great strides. The statistics at the moment show that about 86% of people know their HIV status in Gauteng. The area which needs a little bit of work is that only 65% of the HIV positive people are actually on antiretrovirals. So there is still work to be done in that area.
Granted, South Africa has the biggest ARV program in the world. But Professor Ian Sane identified significant areas of improvement if we want to decrease the numbers.
The more we invest in prevention, the less people we have positive into the future. The modification in prevention is based on behavior change, so we have to invest social behavior change, but also circumcision. We have one of the largest circumcision programs in the world. It reduces the risk to men. Circumcision reduces the risk to men by over 60% of acquiring HIV. We still want condoms, so lots of condom distribution, both male and female, treatment of STIs, and what we're waiting for is a prevention intervention. So we're waiting for a vaccine.
And what kind of challenges did the presence of COVID-19 present on the HIV and AIDS response?
We know that during COVID, a lot of people could not get access to their medications. They couldn't go to the clinics. They were forced by lockdown to stay at home. We know that people ran out of their medications, people not like me who could phone up the pharmacy and ask for a delivery. We know that even outside COVID, it's a tough battle still. We know that there are many impediments. Whether you're living, what are your living circumstances? Are you in a township? Are you in a rural area? Are you in a middle-class setting? We know that there are many circumstances that impinge on access to testing, access to treatment, and keeping up your medication, adherence to medication. So there's still a lot of room for worry. There's still a lot of room for intense consciousness and activism. And of course, the easiest thing, if we go back a step, if I may, to your question, the place to start is prevention.
Dr. Bassett also spoke to us about new medical innovations for both HIV positive and negative people.
There's an injectable drug injection that has just come out very recently for HIV negative people. If they are at risk or having a relationship with an HIV positive person, they can take PrEP, and that prevents them from getting HIV. And there's also a new drug available, and that drug has very few side effects, if any at all. And in addition, it's a very robust drug, so that if somebody unfortunately does forget to take their treatment for one dosage, that is really not a train smash. They can continue with their medication, and that's good news for them.
In conclusion, Justice Cameron also spoke to us about the stigma associated with the disease.
When the CDC in America first identified this as a new pathogen, a terrifying new pathogen, all of those 39 years, what has burdened this epidemic has been stigma. And the stigma is related to sex. It started because it was people like me, gay men, queer men, men having sex with other men.